Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to the farm. I'm running late to move the meat birds and give them breakfast. So that is going to be first on the list today. So we have so much to do today. It has been an extreme heat wave all last week. I barely filmed anything last week because you went outside and you were soaked. Now, yesterday we had a huge rainstorm and it has cooled off significantly today. It's gonna get hotter, but for now, let's try to beat the heat and get some work done. So I'm going to put some of these excess shavings into their coop. Some of them haven't learned to roost yet, so this is kind of to help keep them clean, keep the coop clean. And plus, like, I mean, it was free bedding, so, like... So in my coop, I'm doing a deep litter bedding kind of system. I am sticking with straw, but I have all these wood shavings that are just lying around with not too much use, and I figure I'll use some of them bit by bit to help keep my coop clean. But once these do run out, I will be just using the straw, and then in the run we'll be using just wood chips, which we got lots of. I find that there's a lot of really great benefits to deep litter bedding. For one, it helps cut down on the amount of work that you do have to do daily. It also helps speeding up the process for any sort of compost method that you're doing. Now, I will be using their manure in my garden after it's composted down, and it just makes it a lot easier if there is a carbon source such as straw or wood chips or the wood shavings as well, that will help make the compost break down easier, faster, The deep litter method keeps the smell down completely. I would go in there, their coop doesn't smell, and then once it gets up a couple inches, then I will scrape the whole thing clean, put it into my compost pile, and then start over fresh again. Now it's going to take a couple months to get that thick, but for now. But yeah, that's how I'm doing the deep litter method for my chickens. These chickens do go out on grass daily. They do go out on grass daily, so they're not in their run like all the time during the day. Their manure is not just concentrated in their run and their coop, it's also spread out amongst the grass as well. There is one thing that I've really noticed the benefit of having chickens on pasture and moving every day. Let me show you. So we started all the way over there and they've been moved daily, if not twice a day, and now they're over here. So as you can see, the manure is concentrated towards the back. They've killed off some of the grass and the weeds. These are only from late last week, so only a week old, but these ones, you can see all the squares. It has made such a huge difference. Like, I'm sure you can tell the difference of the dark green versus the light green, and how big of a difference they made all through here. And patches are still growing back. Like, there's thick blade green grass here that looks healthy. There's less weeds. Don't get me wrong, there's still lots of weeds, but we're definitely restoring the grass quite quickly, and I'm really hoping that we'll be able to restore the pasture out past the greenhouse and into the valley and many other places, because I mean, we eventually really do want horses and cattle here, hopefully having a milk cow. I'm not going to try to run any big beef operation or dairy operation here, just something small and local for us, but we do need pasture to do that for it to be cost effective. So them restoring this grass and the layers also restoring the grass does make a huge difference here. Alrighty, so I've been transplanting these rutabagas in here, and they're very small. My carrots have just started to come up here. You can barely see them. And then I have corn at the back. Next we gotta transplant stuff here and a couple other beds. I do have these lettuce that I'm gonna transplant throughout the garden. There was lettuce here before, so we'll kind of just replace what was already taken. Alright. So I have some basil here. This specifically is lemon basil. And all I'm gonna do is separate the seedlings. So they each have some roots. And I'm just gonna tuck them in like that. like to interplant things and change things up. I don't always love straight rows and the same thing in that row. So I have like corn and rutabaga and then flowers. I also like to interplant like cucumbers and let the cucumbers vine up. Meanwhile, the lettuce will grow short and cover the ground. So yeah, and then also the cucumbers kind of add shade for the lettuce because this property is just in full sun from like about 6 a.m. to like 9:30. So yeah, shade is a big one. But yeah, interplanting can really benefit your garden. It can reduce pest damage. It can look even more beautiful. It can also attract the pollinators that you will need to pollinate your plant to get the fruit. And I mean, we're growing a garden for beauty, so it's kind of nice that you'll have like some produce with some flowers, and then, you know, not one bed is very specific to one vegetable or fruit. The garden is exploding, and I'm about to, once the sun goes down, I'm gonna film a updated garden tour. But I thought we could just check on the meat birds before we end this video because they only have about 5 weeks left. Let's go say hi and give them a treat. Everyone's napping. They're not split up into 2 different pens yet, just because I don't have a lock on the other tractor on the door to make sure that nothing can get in. But they're looking pretty good. Look at you guys. Hello. You're hot. It is very hot. So I think this is where we're gonna end the video for today. It is getting hot and I need to go inside and cook some dinner. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.